It's been over 10 years since a North Texas man moved into a South Dallas neighborhood where, for most residents, a 3-hour round-trip bus ride was the closest route to a grocery store. Seeds were planted and a farm grew along with hope for a community in desperate need of resources. Today, a new wellness center has opened, offering much-needed health services and so much more. And Paige is live at Bonton Farms to tell us all about it. Hello, Paige.
Hey, good morning to you and good morning, Texas. I have had the privilege of being able to witness the growth of Bonton Farms. It started with one man's vision and the rest is history. Those seeds have flourished and now their resources have expanded even further. I'm excited to introduce you to a couple of wonderful people. This is Gabe Madison, and she's the executive director, as well as Michelle Montois. She is the director of wellness and health here at Bonton Farms. Good morning to you both.
Good morning.
All right, so for people who may not be familiar with Bonton Farms, I want to give people an opportunity to get an idea of where we are. We are in South Dallas. It's known as a food desert. Very difficult for people to have access to resources. And now with this one person and his mission to make sure that people had these resources, it's evolved and grown over the years. Tell us more.
Yes, it all started out really understanding food insecurity and how food insecurity leads to all other types of barriers to access to education, transportation, jobs. And we have been really intentional in how we address it all. We call it the 7 human essentials that we're trying to address, but others know it as the social determinants of health.
All right, so break those down, the 7.
Yes, so transportation, education, access to financial wellness, community, health and wellness, safe and affordable housing, and economic mobility.
All right, and we're standing right now in front of their newest building. This is the Wellness Center. And Michelle, what we were talking about before is that we're able to really kind of continue that campaign of providing resources to individuals through financial literacy, through healthcare, et cetera. Tell us more.
Sure, yes. The Wellness Center was created to close that gap in health disparities. As you mentioned, we have financial resources here, dental services, primary care, and we have 3 community rooms where you do a lot of that education.
Well, let's see some video of that, because we're standing outside of this beautiful building, but inside is where everything actually happens, where you have these beautiful rooms that have just been constructed where people can learn. You have bankers coming in, you have healthcare professionals that are coming in to provide these much needed resources.
Yes, so we have our community rooms where we have a teaching kitchen where people can get a produce prescription, and then they can get the food right here on site, and then they can learn how to cook it, and then they have fitness classes, and then also we have the financial resources too, like you mentioned, that they can talk to bankers to really go in depth with those personal concerns that people have. If it's a credit score, home ownership, that they can build that security within their financial resources.
Ultimately, you'll be also having other medical resources such as dental care and other opportunities for people to make sure that they are on the right path as far as their overall wellness is concerned.
Right. So with the dental services, people can understand that that's connected to heart health. Then if you can go see your doctor for primary care. So it's really that feedback loop and closing that loop to understand that under one roof, you can get all of those needs met.
I like the idea of the feedback loop, that you really, the big part of this whole journey has been also establishing trust with the community. This is a community that has really been alienated, and coming in here and establishing these relationships is so key. I want to talk to you, Gabe, about how much this real neighborhood has grown. We have video that showcases some of the other resources that are here at Bonton Farms.
Yes, you mentioned community. It's the community that's driving all of this. We're just the advocates for the community. They know what they need. They know what they want. And what we're doing is being that voice and helping that to happen. They told us a long time ago that they needed health and wellness aspects. And we have been very intentional on making sure that it wasn't complicated for that to happen for them, that they can have pretty much all access in one location. You imagine you have to go to the pharmacy, you have to go to your doctor, doctor, then you have to go someplace else to get blood work. All of that's happening right here, and making sure that the community is not inconvenienced to get health care, making sure they're not inconvenienced for housing. We're addressing that in many ways. We broke ground on the 36-unit apartment building in December. What we're really just trying to make sure is that the community gets the tools and the resources that are happening in every other neighborhood. In order to be a thriving community, they have to have the access.
And ultimately, you're breaking the cycle of poverty and all of the consequences that come with that reality. I want to thank you both so much. We want you to get involved, and it's easy to do. There's so many different opportunities. You can find out more information about Bonton Farms by going to their website, which is bontonfarms.org. Thanks again.